Does a queen bee sting humans? Does she die immediately, while other insects don't? The answer to this question will reveal to you one of the greatest miracles found in the bee's body. You'll see a small bee that looks weak and innocent, but when faced with danger, she brings out her last weapon, the sting, and that's where the amazement begins, so you can truly understand. If a queen bee stings you, does she die immediately? First, you need to understand this stinger. How does the stinger move? The bee's stinger is unlike any other. It has tiny barbed hooks, like little fish hooks. The tip of the stinger has small barbs. This design is perfect when the bee is attacking other insects. The bee's stinger goes in and out of them easily, but with us humans, it's a different story. Our skin is thick, and when it grabs on, it's like glue. When a bee stings us, the stinger gets stuck in the skin and is trapped like an anchor. At that point, when the bee tries to fly away, it can't pull the stinger out. And with the violent movement it makes while trying to escape, the worst happens. Not only does the stinger stay stuck, but it also drags along with it a part of the digestive system, meaning a piece of its body gets torn off and remains behind. This fatal tear, caused by the stinger stuck in the skin, is what makes the bee die within a few minutes, so that its blood doesn't mix with the honey in its stomach. If the fluids in its body were to mix with the honey in its stomach, and the bee remained alive after stinging you, that honey would become spoiled. This is truly miraculous, but there's a surprise: the stinger that remains behind. In the skin, it keeps working, even after the bee dies. The venom glands attached to it continue to inject venom into the body for more than a minute. This venom contains melittin, which is a very powerful protein that causes pain and swelling, and it sends out subtle chemical signals to alert the rest of the bee colony. So they attack the person. In other words, the sting is not a personal attack. You need to know that her death is for a reason. But she chooses to die. The bee sacrifices herself to protect the queen and thousands of her sisters, and to protect the honeycombs that she has worked so hard to build, just like a soldier who gives his life in battle to defend his homeland. She knows that this act will be the last thing she does in her life, and she does it gladly. True wisdom is in sacrifice. This single bee is enough to protect an entire colony, and that's the miracle. Another amazing thing is the balance. If this stinger didn't exist, unfortunately, humans underestimate the bee and can easily destroy a whole hive. But the price she pays is her life. The sting is used only in the most extreme situations, as a last resort for defense. The bee that gives you drops of honey on your plate is the very same bee that is ready to die and do anything if she is at the entrance of the hive.